There's a difference between Africans who live in America and Black Americans, and I'm going to delineate the difference between the two. I'm going to show you the advantages that each have and why this back and forth about the difference between Africans in America and Black Americans needs to stop. I'm going to prove it to you. First of all, Africans have a basis for being offended if you call them Black. As in, if you go to Africa and call them Black in Africa, that's a basis for offense because Africans are not Black. Africans are based on, their identity is based on what their tribe is. The term Black, especially Black Americans, only applies in America. Americans, Black Americans, we are a diluted group from ancestors who were slaves who were brought here. I rent rooms to guys that are recovering, guys who are divorced, so they can get back on track 6 months to a year, they pay a set amount, they can get back on track, and I rented a room to a guy who's from Nigeria. One thing he said to me that struck me years ago, and this is totally different from what you'll ever hear in school, he said, Floyd, the best thing they did for you all is confuse your tribe, so you have no idea where you came from. Because if you knew your original tribe, and you knew someone else's tribe was part of the group that conquered yours and sold you into slavery, you all would be fighting here. And I said to him, yeah, we'd probably be fighting here more than we already are. Black Americans, for the most part, we're not able to trace our ancestry back to Africa. I can trace my ancestry back to slavery, 4 generations away. Africans can. And what was interesting about something he said to me, he was talking about dating a female, and he said, his family asked him, what tribe was she from? And I was shocked. I said, what do you mean what tribe she's from? You're from Africa? She from Africa? Who cares? It matters. Let's talk about this perception that is consistent that Africans think they're better than Black Americans. Let me share this with you. It is not possible to be superior to a group that made your access to this country possible. 1964 Civil Rights Act, prior to that, 10 years of blood, sacrifice, tears, and agony were paid for Africans who began to come in surges after 1965 because of the rights that were established through the Civil Rights Act. Let me share this else with you. Black Americans, we understand that every immigrant that comes to the United States is told by the white structure that they're better than the blacks that are already here. But why is that? Jealousy in the United States runs deep. Because the question is, how is it that blacks can start here as slaves and through resilience, ingenuity, creativity, intelligence, work ethic, still be prospering and growing despite everything that has been done to crush them? At one time they said, blacks, you all get together and you have your own area, and that was done. And in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the entire area was bombed. That was something that was supported by the government. Those blacks have never been compensated for it. And we're not talking about reparations. And I'm going to share with you the reason why that's not important, in my opinion, right now. Well, let me just tell you now. If the United States government ever paid reparations to descendants from slaves, here's what would happen. The money would end up back in the hands of the 5%. Because different from any other culture in America, the Black culture, we spend our money, when we get money, serious money, on 4 things: jewelry, cars, hoes, and clothes. And you can attack me by what I just said, but if you pay attention to what money is spent on, that's where it goes. Here's the difference between Africans in America and Black Americans. Now, we get this thing about Africans think they're better than Black Americans. Let me share this with you. Our biases and our prejudices are, in fact, the boundaries within which we feel comfortable operating. So my view of that is, as long as it doesn't infringe on someone else, then you can hold on to your biases and whatever your prejudices are, because as Black Americans, we know that it doesn't matter who the immigrant group is that's here. It could be Latinos, it could be Asians, it could be Africans. It doesn't matter. The freedoms, the access they have to education, to being able to buy homes where they want to being able to build a business, was paid for by the blood of those who participated in the Civil Rights era. Even white female Americans benefited from the Civil Rights movement. Here's the second thing I want to share with you about this biases and prejudices in immigration and the view of blacks here in America. And this is a fact, something that we as Black Americans know. There is no group, including racist white Americans, Doesn't matter whether it's Indians with their caste system, whether it's Africans who view themselves superior to blacks, I'm gonna get back to that in a second, whether it's light-skinned Latinos who view themselves superior to black Americans. There is no group that has damaged the perception of black excellence in America more than what I call basement blacks. Tyler Perry calls it the nigger net. It's the same thing. Now, before I go any further on that, I'll just full disclose. I grew up in the basement. When I was 19, I left New Orleans, went to live in New York, learned how to speak proper English. But I lived in a place called Gerttown. Close to Gerttown was Holly Grove, Pigeon Town, and a place actually called Nigger Town. To go from one area to the other, you had to be able to have friends there. To have friends there, you had to be able to fight. I was able to walk wherever I wanted to walk, go wherever I wanted to go. So I came from the basement. Here's the problem right now with basement blacks, is that they have been given a microphone, and that microphone has distorted the perception of what black excellence, especially in America, means, what it looks like. So if you see someone who's black, who's ingenious, who's smart, professional, wealthy, creative, other cultures view that as the exception and not the rule. But we as black Americans know that's the rule. But let me get back to this, because my goal is not to join the descending voices that separate Africans from blacks, African Americans from black Americans. What I want to share with you that's very important to understand is that if an African views they're better than blacks and they communicate that through their actions or their attitude, we as black Americans don't view that any differently than the tribal warfare that occurred prior to slavery that made slavery possible. In Africa, one tribe would conquer the other. The conquered tribe would be put in cages and sold as merchandise and be taken to different ports around the world. The difference with black Americans, though, and you have to agree with this, is that there is no place in the world where blacks are doing as well as they are here in America. There's no place in the world that can duplicate the culture of black Americans, because black Americans were in slavery for 400 years. And despite that, despite everything being done to crush black Americans, including the activities of basement blacks, we are still striving. The resilience is unmatched. And there's no place, even if you go to Africa, that can match that. Does that make us feel superior to anyone else? No, it does not, because we've had to work for that. Here's the bottom line of what every one of us has in common. We want to build a family structure that be able to grow and succeed and create a legacy. I grew up in the basement. I was married 20 years. I had my daughter in wedlock. I did not want her growing up in there, so I raised her in what I would call the first floor, where everything was structured. She lived in the suburbs, right? Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, all came from the basement. So it's not like you can't rise out of it, but the problem is that if you attach back to it, it'll destroy you, as we've seen many, many times. Here's the other component about blacks that's different from Africans that I want to share with you, that I particularly like. That's a fact. Africans are focused on the legacy and the education of their families, because those that leave Africa to come to America are of the best. They leave their basement where they're from. So when they come here, they take full advantage of the opportunities that are available to Americans, them included, because of really from the civil rights movement. Blacks that have been born and raised here, especially basement blacks, take that same freedom from the civil rights movement, the freedom of speech, and use it to destroy the image of black excellence in America. And it's deliberate. You have entertainers that will walk around buck naked, slide down a pole, just degrading, derogatory activity. You have the female that'll make a song talking about, her genitals, and then walk in front of a pastor at an entertainment event. I haven't watched TV in decades, but that's the effect of basement blacks. There's no other culture that can just destroy the perception of black excellence like blacks have done to themselves. So from our perspective, any other culture that feels they're better than black Americans, we don't spend a lot of time on it because we have our own thing to deal with. Here's the other thing that I want to share with you that I've observed in particular, and that's here being in America, everyone faces this challenge. There is a family that I admire, both husband and wife. They're raising a daughter, beautiful girl. She's extremely intelligent. She's got 2 scholarships to go to school. And I'm observing the father, because he's probably close to 50. They had their daughter a little bit later. He reminds me of the amount of time that I invested in my daughter. And one thing about us as fathers is that we want our daughters to meet someone who will not sabotage the investment that we put into them. And that's the challenge that he faces, especially here in America. Her being able to find a match, especially among blacks whose skin color, complexion is black, doesn't matter whether it's African, whether they're Jamaican, whether they're Black Americans, who is of her caliber. That's the challenge. That's what the focus needs to be. The focus is not whether Africans are better than Black Americans, because that does not bring any positive view. For example, there's one woman on a clip I saw that said, it has something to do with some event down in New Orleans where the Caribbeans were serving food, and I don't watch TV, I don't pay attention to that, but she said, do y'all want to go to war with Africans? That's by far the stupidest thing to say. Blatantly ignorant. For intelligent Africans, for intelligent blacks, that's asinine. We don't want to go back to what caused slavery, fed slavery from the very beginning, hundreds of years ago. We want to be able to move forward. And the fact that she could say something like that on a social platform, on the internet that stays permanent, shows that we have to stop feeding into that. And that's the purpose of this video. It's to stop feeding into that. It's to be able to recover, to move forward, to take care of your own, to build a strong network. Because there is no place like America in the entire world where the most oppressed group is the group that made the door available for thousands, millions of others to be able to come and take advantage of the opportunities that are here. Now, back to basement blacks. Basement blacks raise their kids as if they're turtles. Have them, just send them out there. If they get plucked off, they get plucked off, right? And here's the thing. There's nothing that can be done about that. There's nothing that can be done that basement blacks do that will change the perception of the world of the excellence of blacks. That is our challenge that we have to face, but not try to fix. We're just not going to do that. So I want to encourage you to stop feeding into this rhetoric. Now, is it true that Africans think they're better than blacks? Yeah. So I had a guy and his wife come into the gym, maybe a year ago, and I could tell by his aura, he thought he was better than us. And I didn't care. I'm like, I know what the background is. Like, you wouldn't be here without us. Do whatever you want. But you're playing to the white majority. It's the same thing that your African ancestors did when they sold slaves that came to America. That's how we view it. So it's better just to stop doing it. So what am I saying? As Black Americans, we have our own challenges. If you're an African American, you have your own challenges. Now, are we all black in skin color? Yes, we are. Here's what's happening also. Black men from America who want to be married, who want traditional families, right? Because that's their thing. They're going to places like Africa to find wives. But what's happening? They're being told, don't bring her from Africa, bring her back to the United States because she'll become Americanized and that'll totally ruin her. So there's certain things about the African traditions, African cultures that we as Black Americans admire and we always will admire. Let me show you something else. This thing about blacks, Africans being superior to blacks has to be recent, in a couple of decades. Because my daughter, who's 33 years old now, when we lived in New Jersey, I've lived in 6 states, we lived in New Jersey, the doctor that delivered her was one of the top OB-GYNs in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Her name was Dr. Okafor. She was African, the absolute best. She could get the after birth out and a bunch of other stuff. And so I was 24 years old. I got married when I was 24. Bought my first house when I was 28, moved to Fayetteville, Georgia. But, I was 25 years old when my daughter was born. So the Dr. Okafor said to me, we'll let you know when the baby gets here because, the labor was long. So I lived in Orange, New Jersey. I lived 5 minutes away, so I left and went home, took a nap. Then I got a phone call. Where are you at? I said, I'm at home. So I went back to the house. I got back to the hospital like in 5 minutes and the baby was being delivered. So I go to the delivery room and Dr. Okafor says, nobody told you to go home. What'd you do? I said, well, you guys said that I could leave. She said, well, didn't tell you that. And then she looked at my wife. She says, men are so stupid. That's my memory of my daughter being born. But she was the best. And being African represented excellence. Black in America really does represent excellence. The damage to our reputation is not being done by others. The damage to reputation is being done by those among us. So you have your challenges, we have our challenges. We need to move forward and really stop this thing that has been created over the past generations or so. That before Africans leave Nigeria, wherever they're from, they get to talk about stay away from the blacks in America. No, you have to pick who you stay away from. We stay away from the blacks, certain blacks here in America. And as always, hopefully this brings some harmony, some unity for you. And I wish you all the blessings and success you deserve.